to go, right? If you're not sure, maybe put not sure. If you know where you're going to go to maybe a CRC or a Sac State or another school, can you put in the chat where you plan to go? Awesome. I see a couple people chatting it up. Not sure. Sac City, Sac State, ARC, Sac State. Awesome. Okay. The next thing I want to do, if I can get to the next slide, there we go, is first hand it off to one of my colleagues, Chris Moore, who serves as a director for the College Academy. I want him just to kind of share a few words because, in past years, this transition, especially now being fully online and in COVID shelter in place, we want to make sure that you guys, again, the information and the transition from high school to college during this time is a smooth process. So I want Chris to kind of just share a little bit, and then we'll kind of transition to the college kind of portion and introducing some of the team members. So, Chris.
Thank you, my brother. Um, yeah, so I'll try to keep it as short as possible because this is really just a Passover event. So we want to get you guys familiar with your next step that all of you guys will be taking here shortly. But the question on here, it says, why college? My question back to you guys would be, why not college, in a sense? So you guys have been working extremely hard for, what, 6 years now, if you include middle school. More than that, if you include elementary, to get to this point. Um, and college is going to give you guys an opportunity to enhance your future, in a sense, provide you with career opportunities, break open doors that quite honestly will remain closed if you don't necessarily go through with this route, unless you have an alternate route through military or through a trade school. College is the best route to high school. No, I'm not talking no gap years, no waiting 2-3 years from now. The opportunity is right here in front of you, and you have individuals on this call. You have individuals at your schools, in your homes, offering you valuable resources for you to take this step smartly, safely, and with enough confidence behind you to get you through it. There are some myths about college. I'll address a few. So like some individuals don't go to college because I don't want to accumulate debt. College is too expensive. Anything in life is going to be a challenge in a sense, to where that debt, that expensive, all that stuff works itself out normally. So you get your financial aid, you have your loans, whatever the case may be. And in the long run, that's just, those are temporary hurdles that in the long run you will eventually clear. So even if you do have to take on a loan in the short term, in the long term, you'll pay that off, because once you graduate from college, you'll have career opportunities ready for you, to where now that income you'll be making directly pays off that loan debt that you accumulated maybe as a student, if not before that. And if you can't afford books, you got financial aid packages coming your way that will help you with affording books. And you have scholarships that maybe you know about, but maybe you don't know about, that IORT will help you in getting to, making sure that you are basically taken care of through your schooling. So basically what I'm saying is, every myth that you guys can think about, like it's a natural answer to getting through it. Another one would be that college may be easy in a sense. Some individuals think by just going to college, oh, it's going to be a cakewalk. I'm not saying necessarily it will be. Like I said, anything worthwhile in life will be a challenge. But the fact that you're actually embracing this challenge sets you up for a better future than those who are running away from it, in a sense. In college, you are not stuck to one major. So if you come into college thinking like you want to go this route or this interests you, but by taking some classes that maybe you haven't been exposed to in high school, and now your imagination or your creativity has been intrigued by another subject matter, and you want to switch things up, you guys can do that. So there's a lot of freedom in college that you guys are allowed to do. And sometimes it just takes somebody letting you know what your options are. But lastly, like before I transition out, I just want to say, like, I'm proud that those of you individuals who are sticking to it, and continuing your education. A lot of individuals get to this point, and they turn away from it, they run away from it, and maybe not 10 years from now, but 2 or 3 years from now, when you're looking back and you're on your social media and you're seeing your friends doing all these things you wish you would have did, uh, I don't want that to be you guys or any individual. You guys have the opportunity now in front of you. You have mentors constantly checking in on you, or at least trying to check in on you and bring you to this table. Now that you guys are here, I want you guys to really listen, hear everything, and take advantage of everything being presented to you so that you can adequately look yourself in the mirror the next couple of days or these next years and say, did I try or did I take advantage of every opportunity given to me, um, at this time? If you can say yes, that's because you stuck around and you endured. If you say no, that's mean you didn't take this seriously. You stepped away from it. You may want to come back to it down the line, but it may be even tougher at that point to do it. So don't wait. Look yourself in the mirror today. Say yes, I'm taking advantage of this, because at the end of the day, you're the only one who can make yourself go through with anything in life.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. And we're going to continue to touch on some of these myths, right? Or some of these things that you may be hearing about college, especially during this time, that, is constantly changing. But there's a lot of benefits. I know Chris, mentioned a lot of the debunking, but there's a lot of benefits of going to college, right? And I think Michael is on here. I don't want to put him on the spot, but, one of the reasons why IYT was created in the first place was there was lack of opportunities. There was lack of access for young men of color to even get to college, right? You may have friends or even peers that, barely even graduated high school, or they've dropped out, but you can come into a point where, as Chris was mentioning, you have a support system, a network of folks that have invested and poured their time and energy into you guys up to this point. I don't know how long you guys been with IYT, but at the end of the day, you have somebody that is a resource, and that doesn't stop as soon as you finish high school. It's going to continue, but it look a little bit different in college. So we're going to share some of those things. But before I get to that point, if someone can mute their mic, I want to introduce the college team. I want to just highlight some of our folks that are currently serving our college students at the 2-year and 4-year level. So first, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Renato Guerra. I serve as the Director of College Programming. So I'm going to toss it over to one of our newest leaders for the CC program, which is our community college program, Major Rogers. Major, could you just introduce yourself quickly and then maybe pass it off to your team members?
Yeah, so hi everybody. Major Rogers, the CC program manager. Just like Renato said, this is my 3rd week, so I'm going to pass it on to Brian.
What's up, y'all? My name is Brian. I'm the IYT CC mentor specialist. As Chris was saying, man, it's a lot of myths about college. So for those of you guys who are, hopefully everybody on this call is planning on attending, we can debunk some of those myths and talk about all the positives. I'm gonna pass it off to G.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Shout out to all my brothers and sisters on this call. Y'all made the first step to come to this workshop, and that matters a lot. That's one of the first things in college that you need, is just coming up and showing up. And honestly, yeah, like I said, by the way, I'm a college academic mentor. It's my first semester for second semester with IYT. So as college goes by, I'm learning too. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna go pass it to Elisa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elisa Garcia. I recently graduated from UC Merced last year, 2020, represent. I also am new to the IYTCC. I started off last semester, so I'm very new to the community college, but very excited to be working with you all in the future, as well as congratulating you on your acceptance letters. It must be really exciting and a new journey for you all, and I can't wait what the future holds for you.
Awesome. Thank you, CC team. And I know we have some folks from the IYTU team. Some of them are on spring break. I think Jeff and Fernando are on the call. So if I can have you guys introduce yourself pretty quickly.
Sure. I'll go. My name is Jeff Chowie, program manager, for IYTU at Sac State and IYTU at UC Davis. Congratulations to everybody who will be going to Sac State in Davis in the fall, and to everybody else who's going to be there in a couple years. I'll definitely look forward to meeting you in person. I actually did my second shot today for the vaccination, so we can be back on campus as soon as possible. And I will shoot it over to Fern.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My full name's Fernando, but everybody in the program knows me as Fern. I'm the lead college success coach at Sacramento State, and I am also a licensed barber, so I will be giving away free haircuts throughout the semester. So if you guys want to follow up with that, make sure to follow the IYTU Sac State page and my barber page. So we'll be giving away some free haircuts, and I'm excited to meet you guys, and I'm looking forward to helping you guys out.
Awesome. Thank you all, college team members. I, again, appreciate your time and investment this past really year serving our college students. And what I want to do before we get into a quick breakout rooms, I want to just highlight the services and benefits of being in IYTU and CC. Some of the services may be familiar from what you've already are experiencing in your high school, but some things are different. As I mentioned, college life and my mentors and lead mentors, everybody that's in this call that is in college or just graduated from college, they will tell you life is definitely different in college. Some good, some things that are just like, all right, this was surprising, and we're hoping that we can kind of share some of those insights. Later at the end, we're going to have two college students share some of their experience during this time as well. So we'll be looking forward to hearing from both Victor and Jason. So a couple things, right? So as you transition from high school to college, being part of IYT and CC, you will continue to have mentorship. That is the core of who we are at IYT, right? Just because you transition from high school to college doesn't mean mentors go away. You might have different mentors, which is a great thing, but you will continue to receive that mentorship on a bi-weekly, monthly basis. College students will also receive member development. And what this looks like and what that actually means is that we provide monthly workshops similar to this, right? We hop on a call, or if we're in person, we come together with some food and we talk about different things like social skills, professional development skills, how to network, right? Sometimes we do partnership and collaboration opportunities with different programs or groups on campus. So it's a lot of fun, a lot of learning. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the mentors can probably attest to that when they were members in the program like Fern just a few years ago. We also have an emergency grant. So this is a big benefit part of the college program. So students that are part of IYT and CC that are in good standing, and I'm just kind of keeping it general because there's more requirements within that, but the emergency grant serves as a support, right? A financial relief for times that, that will be challenging, right? Maybe you have to make a payment or a bill for school, tuition, books. Maybe there's something that happens in terms of your rent, right? Or maybe something happens with your car. The emergency grant serves as that kind of relief where you can request up to $500 per semester, assuming again that you are in good standing to help you pay for those costs free for you, right? So it's a grant, meaning you don't have to pay it back. It's not a loan. And again, we can touch more on what that actually means, but I just want to quickly highlight some of these things because the breakout rooms is really where we can touch deeper into some of these things. We also have internship opportunities. So one thing in college, right, as we're pursuing our careers or future job opportunities, internships have been a key benefit for the IYT and CC programs. Paid, we always try to shoot for paid internships through our partnerships and different networks that we're connected with, because we understand that not only you're giving your time, but time that could also be, if you're planning to work, understand that going back to emergency grant, funds are tight, especially in college, right? Depending on your situation, you might be living at home, or you're living on your own, or living with other people, roommates. So financial situations can be a big toll. So we really try to aim and plug you guys for paid internships while in college. And lastly, we also have the opportunity, which I'm gonna invite Louis to share a little bit about, the IYT mentorship, IYT mentor fellowship opportunity where you can serve as a mentor, right? So the awesome thing about IYT and what's something that attracted me to the program was seeing students that were once being served and mentored, once they go off to college are now on the other side as mentors serving other students from maybe from schools that you guys went to, right? High school, middle school. So I want to bring on Lewis to share just a little bit about what this opportunity is and how you could potentially serve. So Lewis, the show's on you, sir.
I'm excited. I love this part of my job. I get to talk about recruitment. I get to talk about bringing in young, fresh talent to come in and serve the community. And Renato made a good points, right? Money, we all need it. And you have an opportunity while you're in school to do some service work, have a paid opportunity to develop real world skills through hands-on service, right? Paid opportunity to develop real world skills through service, right? And so I just want to present that to you guys. I am accepting mentors. I'm accepting applications for the mentor position for next semester, for next year. So put your applications in. I'll drop a link in the chat if you're interested. Shout out to Ezra. He already put his application in. Whatever program gets him to be as a mentor, they're going to be blessed. But I'm looking for more of you guys to put in some applications. So one thing that I'll say before I go is not only will you have the opportunity to get paid bi-weekly up to $900, but since you guys are pursuing college, right, you'll be able to, at the end of your year, collect educational award up to $10,000. Kind of depends on your position, but that's like an additional financial aid going towards your schooling. And so, man, it's a great opportunity. In addition to that, we're going to be trying to develop you as an individual so that whatever career you embark on, you'll be sharpened for that and ensure your success. So yeah, I'm just excited. I'm gonna put the link in the chat so you guys can start applying. But I want to see your names on my application board. I want to see your names pop up so we can get these interviews cracking. All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Lou. And I don't know if you have a deadline, but is there a deadline for guys to apply for these positions?
Yes. So because we are getting an influx of applications and returners are coming back, we're stopping the deadline. We're stopping we're making a deadline for applications at May 14th. So if you don't get your application in by May, it's
not a guarantee.
It's not guaranteed. So
right.
Get them in as soon as possible.
Awesome. Thanks, Lewis. And make sure to put that link in the chat. Next thing before I get into our breakout rooms is to highlight and mention College for All. So some of you guys may have already received some letters or some messaging or maybe seeing some flyers about College for All. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time talking about it because, again, in our breakout room, especially in the 2-year pathway, we'll be talking about it. But College for All is a new initiative in which we're trying to get more young men of color, right, to get to UC Davis and or Sac State through the community college pathway first, right? So some of the things what College for All offers is a $3,000 scholarship for students in their first year, right? You get $1,000 just for not only applying and enrolling full-time at a Los Rios Community College such as CRC, Sac City, or ARC. You get another $1,000 after your fall semester full-time, and then the last $1,000 after your spring semester full-time. Right. Again, more details and information I can definitely elaborate in the breakout rooms, but I just wanted to make sure that was known and that you guys are aware of that opportunity because right now the applications are open, and I'll also drop that website link into the chat and also tie it as a follow-up with this recording. So thank you all again for all the things that you're doing, mentors, staff, Lewis, in this time for recruitment. What I want to do next, if Alina can help me in this next part, is to, we're going to do 2 breakout rooms. One breakout room will serve for our 2-year pathway. So if you're applying to a CRC or Sac City or ARC or community college, you'll be going into that room with some of the college members that you just met just a few minutes ago. The other breakout room will serve as the 4-year pathway. So if you plan to go to a CSU or a UC school or another 4-year university, that will be the breakout room that you'll be attending, and you'll hear from other team members in that breakout room. So we'll be about there for about 10, maybe 15 minutes at most. Then we'll come back and hear from some students and hear about their college experience. So if we can, I don't know how much time you need for that, Alina.
Okay, so I set it up to where you all should be able to choose which room you want to go into. If you don't have the most updated Zoom, you may not see it. So if you don't see it, go ahead and just put where you would like to go in the chat, and I'll go ahead and get you in there.
So if
I
you
see
are
a
on your
few of y'all
laptop,
already going in.
if you are on your laptop, there should be a breakout room icons toward the right side of the bottom. And then you can choose the different breakout rooms. So they're labeled 2-year pathway and 4-year pathway. And lead mentors, if you want to choose a specific room, you can as well. If you know a student that's here on the call, please go into that room so you can be there as a support.
Okay, Giovanni, I'll get you in your 4-year.
So yeah, so let's do Alina, let's maybe you can bring us back at 4:35.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Again, if you don't see the option, just message me where you would like to go and I'll get you in that room. All right, anyone else need help getting into their breakout room? Our options are 2-year pathway and 4-year pathway.
Alina, would I be able to have the capabilities to bounce into both rooms?
I think if I make you co-host, you can. If not, just come back out here and I'll move you around.
Thank
you. Hey Casper, welcome in. We're doing breakout rooms right now for 2-year pathway and 4-year pathway. So if you want to pop into one, just let me know.
So yeah, keep pop me into the 4-year.
Yep.
Helena, how many seniors do we have here?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 14, I think.
Dang. Okay. About 10%. Okay. I guess we continue to push through. Did you record the real talk in Salesforce yet?
I haven't. I'm behind on all data from the Brotherhood conference.
Thanks, G. You're real.
All right, Renato, everyone is back.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I know that kind of seemed kind of quick. It was. I had to kind of extend the time with Miss Selena. So thank you again, Miss Selena, for making that happen. We're going to continue some of those conversations that we've been having in our breakout rooms. And we're going to invite two brothers, Victor Flores and Jason Ceron. If I can have them pinned maybe and just kind of show their faces. We're going to hear a little bit more about their current college experience. Both of these gentlemen have been a part of IYT since high school, and now they're currently college students, a part of IYTU and CC respectively. But I'm also gonna, hopefully the community that's watching, if you guys can chime in as well, because there's a lot of knowledge in this space right now. So I wanna make sure that if it's in the chat or if you wanna come off mic real quick, let's do that, because I think the more information that we can provide to these young men, the better. So do we have Victor, do we have Jason on? Where y'all at? Y'all hiding?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, champ?
Doing good?
Not much.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you guys again, Victor and Jason, for spending some time with us. So quickly, if you guys can introduce yourself, maybe how long you've been part of IYT, where you currently attend, and then we'll jump into a couple Q&A questions. Then I'm also gonna have students chime in as well to share some questions that they may have. So Victor, maybe you can start us off, and then Jason, you can go right after.
Yeah, for sure. I'm Victor Flores. I've been in IYT for, what is this? This is almost my 6th year. Or either it is probably. It is my 6th year. I'm known as the People's Champ at Sac State with my tag team partner, Fern. You know, it's all jokes. It's all jokes. Don't worry about it. But, you know, it's not all seriousness. But in this space, I'm going to try to help y'all out with my experiences, because I actually got best of both worlds. I got the online and I have the in-person classes. So, you know.
And Victor, where are you currently attending school?
I am in Sac State right now.
And what year are you?
I am a 2nd year.
Perfect. Thank you, Vic. Brother Jason.
Hello, my name is Jason Cerrone. I think this is my 5th year, close to 5th year here at being an IYT member. Currently, I'm a 1st year at Sac City College, but unlike Vic, I've only had the online experience so far with college. So, you know, I feel like that's gonna be like I think that's the experience most kids are gonna go into once they head into college, since that pandemic ain't looking too hot right now. But you know, I can talk about my experience with that.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to touch on that right now, because you know, some things are still uncertain in terms of, you know, when school will be reopened, and will it be 100%? Will it be kind of hybrid? So I want to ask both of you guys, you know, personally, what's been the most challenging for you during this online experience? What's been the most challenging part about college experience being online? Anybody can go first.
No, Jason, you should go first for this one.
Well, online. Well, I kind of had experience with beforehand, because back when the pandemic started, I was still in Valley, so you know, I was still taking online classes. Also, even before, I was taking an online course at this art academy. But having full time online, the biggest challenge is definitely like keep making sure you keep up with the work, because since you're at home, you're like very tempted to like play video games or like watch anime or do this, do that, you know. So it's very hard to like keep focused on your work, especially if you have like other let's say you have to take care of like siblings or take care of your parents, like, so a lot of the distractions keep me from doing work.
Thank you. Victor?
And then for me, I'd like to piggyback on that because at least in Sac State, there was a lot of open spaces where you could go do your work. You go either relax or, hang out. And like, there was a lot of like opportunities and there's a lot of people you could talk to during that time. And in quarantine, it basically was like stripped away. You're just by yourself. You have the most you have at least is like group chats. You used to have group chats back then too, but like now it's like strictly that. You get a lot of distractions in the household, like Jason was saying. There's also like these deadlines. You have to remember these deadlines. Usually you would see people at Sac State and be like, oh, did you do this? Can you help me out with this? Or stuff like that, And also like contacting your teacher, because usually they would have office hours. If your professor had office hours and you had a question, you would have to go into their office hours and be asking them. But now it's only solely strictly emails because you can't really come in contact with them because of this whole coronavirus thing. And yeah, that's practically it. Yeah.
Gotcha. I want you guys, Jason and Victor, to kind of put yourselves, and Jason, you might kind of already have this knowledge and perspective, but put yourselves back in the shoes of, if you're a senior right now, right? If you're a senior, it's end of March, you're about to finish your last year in high school, what would you tell yourself, that senior version, how to best prepare, what to kind of look out for as you transition from high school to college? Because, as you graduate, whether it's in May or June, depending on where you go to school, there's a few months before school actually starts. So what advice would you give to better help prepare and set them up for success as they transition over these next few months from high school to college?
For me, well, I know for a lot of people, they're not sure what they want to do for college yet, or like what they want to be in the future. So like it's understandable, but I definitely say have a plan in mind. And like, even if you don't know what you want to do, at least I have like something like, okay, maybe if I don't know what I want to do yet, maybe I'll go to like a 2-year first, get my GE done, and maybe by then I'll have an idea of what I want to do. Also, like have a time schedule, because for me, I didn't pay attention to the deadlines of like financial aid and stuff like that. I mean, I wasn't late, but like I was close to like not doing them on time. So make sure to definitely look out for that.
Quick plug, again, you've probably heard it so many times, financial aid. I'm telling you, this thing is a beast. If you ain't got financial aid or you late, it can really mess up not only your classes, registration, enrollment. Like, this is not just something you just do one time. This is something that's ongoing, right? So what Jason is saying is real, right? I'll just quickly share a scary moment that I had where I messed up on financial documents, and there was a bill for like $6,000 or $7,000, and I freaked out. I don't know if anybody has a similar experience, or maybe they have friends that had a similar experience, but it's real, right? And guess what? The deadline is in 2 weeks. You got to pay this or we're kicking you out. That's how ruthless it can be, y'all. So financial aid, I'm telling you, don't play with this. Again, if you are having that plan, if you are having that time schedule, these things are going to be super important. All right, enough for that soapbox. Victor, what would you share, man?
I guess don't be as prideful as you were in high school. Be more open. Be more.
Sheesh.
Because it really comes back. It will, excuse my language, but it will come and bite your ass if you're too prideful. For me, my first week was terrible, I could say. Jeff really helped me out with this one. But I was really closed. Although I made a lot of friends and stuff like that, which is another point that I would want to make, is that I saw a problem. I'm like, no, I could handle it myself. I could do it myself. I could do it. I know how to do it. But I didn't talk to no one. And then around the second week, right before like classes are about to close, because there's a certain period where you can't join classes anymore unless you have like special permissions. And it was coming and it was coming and it was getting closer. And I was like, dude, I don't know what to do. I'm struggling. And I had a mentorship session with Fern, and Fern was like, "Nah, don't worry about it. Like, you should have came earlier, but you know, we got this. We got you. We'll help you out." And I got that resolved. So it's just don't think you can handle and you can take the world on by yourself. You're not invincible. You're human, and that is something that you're gonna have to learn either the tough way, or if you learn from here, congrats. You're not gonna have to suffer a lot like me. And just make connections with people. Like open up yourself, open up with people. People might know people that can help you. You can make a web, and you know, just you basically, the more people you know, and hopefully it's a good reason that you know them, not a bad reason, the higher the chances you'll have to succeed, because you have more people on your side. You got people that know you. You got people that are going to support you with the decisions that you make, and it's really important. Basically, I think that's what college is. That's also one of the bad things that online kind of has. You can't really talk to other people as much as you did back then.
Yeah. Man, thank you, Victor. I see why they call it the people's champ, man. Great responses, you guys. I want to use this time over these less than 10 minutes now before we wrap up officially. I want to hear from students, seniors. If you're on this call still, I want to hear from you all while we have this wealth of knowledge, not only from our guys here, Jason and Victor, but really from this community of people that we have that are currently in school and also have already graduated. They've been down that path, right? So I want to hear from you all. What questions do you have? What are some of the concerns that you might have about college that we can help answer right now? I see we got some love for Jason and Victor. Much love, yes. I see nomination for Giovanni, or is it Marion or Marion, Christian? Help me out, brother.
It's Marion.
Marion, you got a question for us, sir? You got something for the panel?
Let me see. Well, firstly, I wouldn't really say it's questions that I have, but I would say that I appreciate the transparency and all the talking about what it's really gonna be like in college, because usually when people talk about college, they make it sound like so cliche and like they're not being real, like when they really talk about it, because they'll say what we want to hear, but not what we really need to hear. So that's really all I gotta say. I appreciate the transparency.
Yeah, of course. Are there any thoughts that you have in terms of college? Like what's at the top of your mind of like, man, what's gonna happen, after senior year? What's gonna happen, or what else do you need kind of to help you? Because again, we want to use every time that we have in this space, we want to be able to like, here's how you can, be successful.
That's a good question. Well, honestly, I would like to say I'm like really like scared, because like I don't know what to expect, but at the same time, I know I'm gonna have the right advice and the right motivation on my side from my mentors, Adam and Christian. And I really don't know what to expect, but I mean, I'm confident enough to say that I'll be all right. I'm gonna be just all right with my mentors.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else, even if it's not a question, maybe just thoughts. Like, again, I want to make sure we maximize this time for you guys that are on this call.
Yeah, I'm gonna comment on, because a lot of people they're saying they were super scared, but at first it seems scary, but once you're in the space and the area, you're gonna be getting used to it. It's not. People tend to, because it's like a big step and a big change. Everyone thinks, they're like, oh, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. I don't know a lot of people here. All my old friends, they're not gonna be the same. That's not true. You can still hang out with your friends. You still have you get to make new friends. It's honestly, yes, it is scary, but it's nothing that terrible. So don't let it get to your head, and don't let it like eat at you.
Yeah. I see a brother Armand got a question, and while he comes off mute, or if he wants to put it in the chat, I know we got a wealth of mentors here. Maybe quickly, if you could put in the chat, mentors, to anyone else that might be feeling scared, maybe just an encouragement, a quick encouragement that can help some of these students. Armand, it's on you, sir. All right, the question is, was there any doubts when you were at college, whether it was thoughts about dropping out, or a possible failure? And if so, how did you overcome it? Ooh, we got time today. Did you guys ever have doubts about, I don't know, dropping out? If so, how did you overcome it? Yes, I agree. Great question. Victor, Jason, or I'll even pitch this to the community.
I mean, I'll go for it. Yes, yes, every day. It's a very tough situation because it's not the end of the world. Let's say that it's not the end of the world. You still got time. Don't worry about it. You can fix it. There's gonna be a way to fix it. It's not like there's gonna be you did bad, but you're gonna have to deal with it. That's what I meant by like don't be too prideful. Don't let it get to you because you want to be flexible with yourself. If you're too hard, you're gonna overstress. You're gonna overstress, and then that is a domino effect. That's just gonna be one class over another, and then you're gonna end up messing up for everything. So yes, you're gonna have these like thoughts, and I for sure did. It was it was when we were transitioning into online. That's when it happened to me, because I was used to the in-person stuff, and I was like so into it. I had like classmates I could talk to, and I could like do all that stuff. And then for me, online, it was like it's just an automatic shutdown. Like it was just taken away from me, stripped away. And it got to me. Like it really did get to me. It was like I was stressful. It was stressful. I was mad. I was like angry. You know, it got to my daily life, into my personal life and stuff like that. You know, and yeah, but you know, it's my second year now. That was my first semester, and now it's my second year, and I'm trying to push strong this semester, and you know, I'm trying to go through it. You know, I'm trying to deal with it, and it's way better than what it was last year. Last semester was terrible for me. It was like really, really bad, and I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And like it got to me. It was like it even put my financial aid into a hold because of what I had done, and I was like, this is not going. This is not looking good, and I was just like, damn, I don't know what to do now. I don't know if I'm gonna have to drop out, if I'm gonna have to go through it, like
Yep.
you know, put it a stop to it, or I didn't know. I honestly was very very scared, but now it's my second year. I got my fast foot back. I'm doing whatever I got to do to push through, basically.
That's
So
good.
it will happen, but trust me, it's not the end of the world, and you just gotta stick to it. You push harder, basically.
Mm.
Stick to your beliefs. You got mentors, you got support, you got everything. So you're not going through this alone. That's one major thing that I learned with that. You're not gonna go through this alone. You have people people in the program and outside the program that support you.
Great answer, Victor. Thank you. We may have time for one more question. So this is your time. We got 120 seconds officially. If not, we can definitely linger around for a little bit longer, but I definitely want to be respectful of everybody's time. Are there any final questions?
If I say something real quick?
Yes, sir.
It's not a question, but I appreciate you coming out here and just like giving us, you know, wisdom, just giving us advice and just going, you know, just, I don't really know how to say it, but just giving words of wisdom and trying to help us, you know, like we're not there yet, but you're going to make the journey real easy. And, you know, it's not going to be easy, but that's why you have you guys. And that's all I got to say. And I appreciate Victor saying all that good stuff. Thanks, bro. God bless y'all.
God bless you too, Austin, man. And thank you for being on here, because part of it is you showing up. So I think you already there, right? You're doing what you're supposed to be doing to get that information, to be around the people, accessing the information that you need so you can be successful, right? Not just for college, but really for life, right? That's one thing that I've learned, and maybe a lot of people can attest to this, but there's a lot of life lessons that I've learned being in college, right? More than school and the classes. Victor was absolutely right. And I know we kind of tease around about, what you kind of keep hearing about financial aid, but one thing you may not put together, but it's the connections that you make. It's the relationships with people, your peers, mentors, right? You guys are very fortunate, really, to be in a community of this knowledge and wisdom that it doesn't stop here. It continues on, right? If you choose to continue to be a part of that journey, right? Because a part of it is not going to be, always going out to you guys. Like, you guys have to kind of bring us back and ask us for that information, right? We can't know making people jokes in the chat. Okay, gotta stay focused. But what I really want to, I guess, highlight is the relationships, right? Relationships are super key, as Victor had mentioned. They can really elevate you, right? And expose you to new opportunities and ideas that may not have been there before. So any final comments from anybody from the community that they just want to quickly chime in before we officially wrap up?
There's a question.
Okay, what is the question?
By Giovanni. He said, when someone doubted you or didn't believe in you, like say a family member, how did y'all overcome?
Oof, that is another great question.
For me, I don't focus too much on the people that put me down, rather the people that support me. There's always going to be someone that's going to be on your side. There is never going to, it might look like it because it's the ones that are overwhelmingly like obvious, but there's always going to be someone to support you, whether it be me, the people's champ, or Renato, the second to the champ, or Fern, my tag team champ. But I promise you, there is going to be someone that is going to help you out. There is going to be someone that is going to be there. And there is not, just because someone tells you that you're not going to be able to do it, there's going to be someone else that's going to tell you that you can. So don't get overshadowed by the negativity, but look for the light that is there between that. There's always going to be something there that you're going to be able to see, that someone is going to try to help you out with. For me, it was Fern, Fern, Jeff, my friends, Olina, brother Michael, breaking my shoulder. Renato is gonna be there. There's always gonna be something positive. Don't worry. Don't feel like there's gonna be only negativity, because that is what's gonna hit. That's what's gonna get you. That you only think that there's gonna be bad stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, Victor. Well, it is 5:02. Again, want to be mindful of the time. And this won't be the last session. We're going to do a follow-up session next Thursday, same time, 4 o'clock. But this one will dive specifically on financial aid. We want to kind of, again, debunk some of the things that you may be hearing about being too expensive. How do I deal with this debt issue, right? Which is real. So next week, next Thursday, the title will be Show Me the Money. So there will be an invitation sent out pretty soon, and that will be led by our awesome managers, Jeff Towie and Major Rogers, along with their team. So appreciate everybody on the call. Shout out to the lead mentors, the staff, Alina, all the students that hopped on. Thank you guys for being here. And I encourage you guys, if you saw a brother that wasn't here today, again, I know sports are coming back and other things are kind of opening up again. Invite them, share this recording. We got this recorded, which is amazing. Share this recording so they can also have that wisdom and information for themselves, so they can also be in position to succeed, because we are our brother's keeper. So again, thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week for Show Me the Money at 4 o'clock. Peace.
Peace.